We're now going to dive into the estimation contest part of our series of rewards videos. This can be used in any classroom setting. The basic concept of this is to create 4 Tupperware containers of random items. This is assuming that you're on a 4 marking period schedule. If you're on a trimester schedule, then obviously you would make 3 containers. Some examples include puzzle pieces, marbles, pennies, and paper clips. This is going to take a while, and you'll need to pause the video for a while to crank these out. The good news is that you should be able to do this one time for your entire career. And you can simply use these containers and amounts within each successive year. I have yet to have a student remember the amount from the previous year on the rare-ish occasions when I have a student that I had in 6th grade math lab and then again in 7th grade math lab. Obviously, you don't want to make it too easy, so if you have a puzzle of, let's say, 500 pieces, you want to take out a random amount like 39 pieces. This would give you 461 as your amount of puzzle pieces. The same concept holds true on all the other items you choose to make. Earlier I mentioned repeat students from one year to the next. If you're worried, like I was, make a 5th container to add to the rotation. This will throw them off in the following year on the very rare case that you have a student actually remember the answer from the previous year. The guesses are placed in a shoebox that I cut the top off of and make it look like a ballot box. I then make a quick reminder sign that looks like what is pictured so they know or remember the concept and rules, and I tape that to the box. As you can see, I start them off with 1 free guess. This instantly gives them skin in the game. They can then be rewarded with guesses for various reasons as we progress through the year. Instead of giving them candy as prizes, something we aren't allowed to do anymore, at least in New Jersey, I accumulate random cool stuff as I find good deals while I'm out and about shopping. This is an older picture because Skylanders is a little bit out of style. PC discs as well as DVDs are also not as prevalent. However, you get the idea. These were great and cheap prizes for them to choose from when a winner was announced at the end of each marking period. This is a very old picture of what it could look like. Since this picture, I've created a new box since that one ended up falling apart, and the directions taped to the box of items has been refined. All right, here's another example. Again, this is a very old example. In fact, this one is from 2008. Okay, so what do they use to make their guesses? I have a template that has 8 guesses on one sheet. I print this out and cut them out periodically as I start to run low. Use this as your starting point. And again, pause the video for as long as you need to create your tickets as well as cutting them out. While I'm looking at this, it's a good time to mention that they need to be taught the concept of guessing differently each time. A portion of your population may not fully grasp that it makes sense to make different guesses each time. They need to be taught that duplicate guesses are a waste of a guess. You are picking out the one ticket that is the closest at the end of the marking period. If a student guesses the same amount twice, it won't help them with their chances. Besides random shopping, the other thing you need to do is create yourself an answer key. I put boxes over the answers on the outside chance one of my students sees this video. You can also see that I have more than 4 items. I created more so that we had a rotation among the math lab teachers within my district. At one point, there were 5 of us that had at least one section of math lab. This is also a good thing to attach to our giant yearly game plan spreadsheet. So it would be inside of the prep work before the school year begins. It would be inside that document. To wrap things up, you, the teacher, would go through the guesses at the end of the marking period and pick the one guess that is closest to the correct answer. When introducing this, I tell them that the odds of you winning increase with the more guesses that you get. However, it is whomever is the closest, and it is possible for someone to only get one guess and still win if they happen to guess closer than anyone else. This concludes this reward video from the rewards section of building our MATLAB course from scratch. Our next rewards video will include random contests and how they tie into everything.